Okay, this is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we are out here hooking you up with the best of the best when it comes to guests. And today we have another special guest. So, guest, please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for having me, 37 Radio. My name is Ken Mungai. I'm an artist, musician, actor. I like to call myself generally an entertainment entrepreneur because of the kind of things that I do: music, acting, production. Yes, so, I am. I am also what? Okay, I think that's good.
Yes. So for me, I was able to just see that you are. This is from your Instagram bio: musician, songwriter, entrepreneur,
yes,
producer.
yes,
So
yes.
I want to know what
yes.
came first.
I think music came first. When I was started way back in high school. That's when I started singing, and then pale kidogo kidogo there was drama, acting, and that's where I was introduced to stage acting. And all along, I've been able to make these two things work together. So I can't even really pinpoint, even professionally. Music, I started, I went to Saudi Academy around 2013, 2014. And still around the same time, I was in Tahidi. I was getting into Tahidi High.
So acting professionally, you know, many guys, of course, they know you from Tahidi High. Even me, I know you from Tahidi High. So is that where your professional acting career started?
Yes, that's where it started. I was very fortunate enough it was my first screen audition. I was thinking of going to stage after high school, but I don't know, I kept postponing. I've never been on stage professionally. It was just high school drama. But my first audition for screen was Tahidi High, and I was very fortunate to get through. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little bit unwell. Some homers caught me.
No problem. So we are talking about Tahidi High, and I just want to know how the opportunity even came about. How did you even know that maybe there is audition somewhere I need to go?
My first encounter with Tahidi High was when I wanted to start acting, I was very deliberate with where I wanted to start. I'm sorry, you'll hear some background noise. I knew I wanted to go into Tahidi High. So my first encounter with Tahidi High was, it's a bit of a long story, but very funny. We shoot in Nairobi Academy. So that time I was staying in Langata. My dad is a cop, so Langata police station. So while they were coming from the shoot, the matatu they were in had a little problem with the police. So they came there. That's the whole estate was Tahidi High around. So I went directly to someone that I can ask. I was very fortunate to go to the back seat, and I found OJ, and he was able to explain to me. He was very generous enough to explain to me the process, because it's not a normal process. We don't have any open audition in Tahidi High ever. It's usually closed. You apply. It's a long, short, more or less process. And I was able to do that, but it took a while. It took a very good while. I think almost 1.5 years, because I know I remember I applied the first time, then the second time, and then because I knew Labda, they're not even checking. They're not even, because once high schoolers finish high school, they take a lot of papers there. So you can imagine if they receive 20 for over, this is started in 2006. This is how many years down the line? Almost 20 years. So it's a lot of papers they have. So I knew I had to do an extra thing. So because I was living somewhere close, I kept on going there. Madam, can I get a chance? Madam, can I get, until finally, Akina Freddy, Abel Mutua, Akina OJ, the class was leaving, so they were looking for a new class. And that's when we got our opportunity with Akina McKenna, Akina Shamali Shah, and a lot of other guys.
So we just want to talk about how was the experience. You know, this is one of the biggest shows in this country. So for you even interacting with names you're just dropping right now, how was the experience?
It was amazing. It is one of the best experiences I've had in my professional life because I was able to learn from them. Actually, most of the things that I do in production, I picked from Tahidi as opposed to school. I went to Multimedia University for mass communication and TV production. But what I do, you know, those are out of the courses they say in class you can't learn much. So you have to be in the field. So I picked a lot of things from Tahidi High. Networking with these guys opened a lot of doors. That's when I took my music seriously because I remember pitching my idea to Abel Mutua, who was then our script writer. I told him, because I felt I'm always a person who believes in everything on a plain level. You have to stand out. You have to stand out. So we are almost like 20, 30 cast members. What makes you stand out? So I knew I loved singing. I had just started playing guitar. So I asked Freddie, can I also sing and I can sing well and act at the same time. And he said he's been looking for someone like me, and that's where my character took off.
Yeah, so from that show, when you just look at that show, what can you say that show helped you achieve, maybe in terms of, did you create friends who you can even seek for help right now? Did you maybe get endorsements or working with corporates? What did that show really help you achieve?
Like I said, very good networking. There are very big names there. It's the leading station, so you get to meet a lot of big guys. So the networking was important. The skill was also important. And I come across a lot of gigs that I get through people who have seen me on TV. It's easier than the next person who's just walking in. Remember, you're from Tahidi High, and it becomes easier. So it's been a great deal of a help. I can't look back and say bad things. It was an amazing ride until 2018.
Another thing is usually execution. You have to execute your role in a way that it's so entertaining even to the people who are watching. So I want to know, how do you create chemistry with other actors? You know, these are guys from different backgrounds. These are guys who have different personalities. But now in this show, you have to blend so that even when a fan watches the program, it is smooth and it's funny and it's entertaining. So how do you achieve that?
Well, for the particular show Tahidi High, it was a bit easier because we did it for a very long time and we are friends. We became friends, so we know each other. But for a production, maybe we call for a short film. It's always, for me personally, when I get the script way ahead, I am able to go through the script and understand the character, not only understand myself, but also understand the people that I'm acting with. Then when I get on set, it is very important not to get on set and action without meeting before, and not necessarily doing lines, but saying hi, getting to know each other so that it becomes easier and come to understand each other. And for me personally, that's it. I get into the character, my character, and anyone else that I'm doing lines with, and if possible, even the whole cast. Most of the good productions, there's always what we call a read through. So that gives us an opportunity to get this chemistry before we get on set. You meet maybe a week, 3 weeks prior, and you do it.
Yeah, and we can also talk about just the industry in general. And I want to know from you, just being an actor, when you look at things, what do you think in this country we can change in order for actors like you even to compete globally?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I feel and I strongly feel that the industry is growing in the right direction. More opportunities are coming. Multi-choice is there. Netflix is coming. So we are very important thing to note is that we are headed in the right direction. For improving, I think this is up to the top guys, because by top guys I mean people who have been there in the industry, people who sign these checks, people who commission these TV programs. These are people who can give young people opportunities because they're amazing ideas. And apart from that is also placing value to the industry, the actors, the script writers, stunt coordinators. These people need to be placed value on and be paid well, appreciated for what they do. And I think that's something we are heading towards. I have no complaint, but if things could go faster, it will be much more amazing.
When we look at artists generally, and these are musicians and even new actors, we have seen a couple of stories of guys going broke. So for you, is it that maybe some guys do not know how to manage their funds, or is it that in arts you can't get enough money to like just live your life and pay your bills?
Repeat the question kindly.
So I'm asking that, you see, in entertainment, we have seen artists and even actors going broke and they're seeking help. Maybe they don't have money to pay their bills. So for you, when you look at issues like this coming up, do you think that maybe some artists do not have that financial education, or is it that the industry doesn't have enough money to pay you guys your dues?
Well, first of all, I think it's true. At least I can say most of us artists don't have the financial literacy required to maneuver most of our financial lives. But I'd like to say, the period that Corona happened was because I remember that's when we had a lot of actors coming out in a way that looked like they were in need of help. Personally, and I think most of the artists, we took that as a learning experience. And most importantly, I think my big take was because there are people who actually blossomed that moment, that time. They became bigger, they made more money, and there are others who it hit hard. So this is a learning experience to use the names properly, to get to know what else we can do with our stature as public figures, because there's a lot more. Being on TV, people want to endorse their products or services. So that was just a learning process, and I'm sure artists looked at it. Most of them looked at it in a different way, and I think this is the best time as artists that we are having. We are making some good money out of our art through social media, through endorsements, and etc. So it's up to an artist individually to realize that, because we can't keep on spoon feeding. Yeah, you're waiting for a script, you go to set and shoot, then you wait for the money. We have to get ourselves out there as well.
Yeah, we've talked about you doing music, and I just want to know, you as an actor and then as a musician. So like, is
I'm in the
your
house. My daughter wants to say hi.
hi.
This is my oldest daughter. I have two kids, a daughter called Kenna and a young boy called Tugi.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, Mama. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, so I was just asking you about your music and also your acting. So when it comes to acting, is your fan base different when it comes to acting and music, or your acting fans are the same fans that love your music? How is it?
I think mine are the same. Like I said before, I have tried as much as possible to. I don't struggle. It's not I struggle to try and put them together, but I've been able over time to do these things together. In Tahidi High, I was a singer actor student. I was in the music class. I was able to do my scripts as the music brought the character out very well. So people could relate me on screen and say, Unilena chizaga guitar. So it becomes easier even for my music when I say I run a band and I'd like to perform in your corporate event. Oh yeah, you used to sing. So it becomes easier. So I feel like I've been able to do that without struggle and just become easier for me. And these are things I don't think I can't separate, but I think I enjoy most when I'm doing them both together.
And then from all these things that you're doing, entrepreneurship still there, being a producer, and I want to know, how do you create a balance?
Okay. Like I said, it's entertainment entrepreneur. That means anything entertainment. I can get from a shoot, from directing a shoot in the morning, in the evening, I go and host a band or karaoke sessions. So anything entertainment, I try and put them together. And God has been faithful to me to be able to do all these things at the same time. I still teach playing guitar and vocal. I have classes. I was actually in class in the morning, so I was rushing back when I was telling him because I couldn't do anything while I was driving. So I was telling, give me 10 minutes, I'll be at home. So this is a music class that I have young boys in Karen where I teach. So I don't know if I can separate these two things, and I have been able to find a balance very easily, very, very easily.
They usually say a jack of all trades, a master of
Trades.
none. So I don't know
Yes.
if you're afraid of
Let me
ever
tell you. Let me tell
none.
you. You've ever heard that a jack of all trades is a master of none? They say that's not that people don't finish that quote. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Sorry. Yeah. So the whole quote is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but still better than a master of one. You learned something new. You learned something new. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yes. Still better than a master of one, because I personally feel it's true, because all these things, they're not too far related. There just is a way that I can bring this into this, and I find time for everything. I hardly stay not doing anything. Come from a shoot, go for a show, Gioni. Next morning I'm in class, and I enjoy every bit of it.
Do you have any future projects that are coming up? Maybe a show that you want guys to know about? You can just talk about that.
Okay. In production, I started a small company out of necessity, where I was given an opportunity to produce short films for a local vernacular station. Then from there, I learned that these days, since 2014, drama in high school is not stage only. There's people do film festivals, and I think I jumped into it 2016 to 2017, and I started doing. My first film was Poor, but my second one, I used my school where I was an old boy, an alumni, called Gaishanjiru High School. So I did 2017. It was not really to the standard, but I purposed to understand everything, the booklet of film festival. In 2018, I took that small school to their first winning trophy. They beat all the big schools. We did a very good job. It was amazing. And since then, now other schools start coming in. I do for Moi Forces Academy. I do for Currency Girls, a couple of schools, Nararia Girls. So it opened really huge doors for me, and it's something that I enjoy. Mind you, I came from doing Tahidi High. Now I'm shooting actual high school. So write stories, we shoot, we go for competitions. And I have never missed to go to the nationals. That's why I was saying I have learned a lot of skill from Tahidi High, because I learned a lot of things. And I think it was easier for me to maneuver these guys because I had that skill set. So I needed just a year to get around them.
Yeah, so as we are finishing up, I want you to just talk about the most important lessons that you have learned from doing all these things that you do.
Let me start with the lessons that still I'm learning, and I am looking back and saying I wish I knew. Is if you have more time, please put more time in your art. Because for me, it's art. While I'm at home, I can pick I have a whole mixer, like I can do a full performance in my house. So put time in your art, put the work in. That's the main point. Put the work in. 2, put yourself out there, make sure people know what you're doing. Now we have social media. Through that is how I've been able to do a lot of gigs. Social media, people see this is what you do, this is what you do, so you get a call, come and do for us. So put the work in, get yourself out there. And I'll say, like one of my very good friends said, because in a few words, consistency and discipline, which are things that go together. Be consistent in what you do. Keep putting your work out there. Keep doing my films. I've never stopped since 2018. For the music, I do live music because I went to Saudi Academy and I got interested in live music, but I'm a performing artist. I've been thinking of doing, I've been postponing for a very long time, recording. So I'm talking to a few producers to be able to do an EP this year. What else? In production, I still do most of my jobs are, maybe there's a corporate documentary, etc. That's how we get by. So consistency and discipline, put yourself out there and put the work in.
What about guys who are starting out, maybe in acting, music, maybe somebody just wants to set up a business, somebody just wants to join university, you can just also give them one.
First of all, I'd say I was never in a hurry. I think that is one thing that gave me a lot of advantage. I was never in a hurry with anything. The music, the acting. I feel like when you're in a hurry, it's a very slippery industry. I've been conned before, and it happens a lot. People go for auditions, then you're told for you to register 2,000. We are going, I don't know where to shoot. Another money for the bus, and that is how I was conned. The guy potted with our money, and you were like 150 guys. We thought we were making it in life. So being too just without a clear knowing where you want to go, don't jump in too fast, because you might end up taking very small things for too long and you'll stagnate. Places where you're paid only 1,000 for a show, which you cannot sustain, and the people are still doing it even in their 40s. believe in yourself, and sometimes learn to say no. Sometimes learn to say no, so that when that big project comes, work to go higher. No pressure. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. But start early.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having me. I hope I'm sorry for being late, but I made it. Thank you so much. All right, go.